1992, you win the Premier League Cup. So it's kind of the first major trophy you win. But can you just fill in the blanks between 88 and 92, 91, 92? How was the structure? Did you go into like a Southern League, was it? And then a National League or?
Yeah, it was like a Southern section, but nationally it never went until later on.
Was there not a National League at that point?
I don't think there was.
Right, okay.
It was early 90s, I think it went more nationally.
Right, okay.
And we were put in the South Division, and that was on 92 when we won first major trophy in terms of the National League Cup.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was at Knowsley, strangely, because we played Millwall.
Yeah.
So we all tramped off up to Liverpool to play before probably 300 people.
What was the thinking behind that? Was it going to the final be there anyway? Or?
Well, I think they'd already made the decision, which I find strange that, you know, you would take Arsenal and Millwall all the way up the road there.
Yeah.
Especially when money's difficult to come by. And we have to go up there and we'd have stayed in a hotel and that the night before and everything. So it's an expense that probably could have done without.
Yeah,
you know? And both clubs, I mean, Millwall as well. But I think at that point, I was looking at it and thinking, why have you made that decision so early? And questioned it with the FA, and because they were involving themselves with it at that time. And I said, why would you make that decision? Because obviously it don't make sense.
Yeah.
We're travelling so far. So, and they were saying that we have to book it that early because
difficult finding facilities, I suppose.
Facilities wouldn't be found probably after that.
So then the following season, 92, 93, and that's when really Arsenal women start to become prominent and successful. And you play Knowsley in the League Cup final, and this time you're playing it at Wembley.
Yeah.
So that's one time you could have probably played it up there.
Yeah.
How did you come about to play at Wembley that year then?
Yeah, it was amazing because obviously the FA got permission for us to play a one-off game there. It was before a playoff men's game.
Right.
And we changed in the other end of the stadium, the old stadium then, where not coming out up the tunnel, that big tunnel, you remember the big tunnel at Wembley? Yeah. We didn't come up there, we came from the other end in a facilities inside. Changed there and then came out and went back out that way as well. So we didn't interfere with the men's game that was coming on after.
Oh, okay. So it was really sort of just tagged on to...
It was tagged on, but it was, everybody wanted to do it, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
And me especially, because saw this as our way in, because I was on the sort of board, and every meeting I would always bring up the fact that, listen, at some point you've got to seriously think about the FA Cup at Wembley, because I'm looking at the FA Men's Trophy being there.
Yeah, of course.
The FA Vase being there, which was even a lower trophy. Yeah. And yet the Premier Women's Football is not being shown there.
No,
and I said, we can't go too long without putting that on Wembley.
Yeah, yeah.
I said, we're drawing crowds outside of 20-odd thousand plus, you know, up to 26,000 at one point. And I said, you'll double that if you get Wembley.
Yeah.
You'll double it because it will be of such an interest to women in general.
Sure. Yeah.
And women's clubs all around the country, that they all want to come and celebrate that day.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
And obviously, as we know now, it's sellouts. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So you can't get a ticket now.
No, it's hard to get tickets for the games of the Emirates.
Yeah,
so.
that's exactly.